average. And so Alternate took it 8-7 on the terrorist side. And then switching over, virtus.pro really stepped up their game, especially Taz, who was absolutely abysmal in the first half. He was on 0-10 at one point, well, up to the 10th round. So he changed it up, he started playing better, and we saw a reformed virtus.pro. And then, of course, we went to overtime, and that ended 2-1, and then 2-1 again. So what a great game. Was there a standout moment for you? There must be several highlight reels in that match.
I mean, there's several times where SMN just came out so big for Alternate. Clutch defenses, among many other things, was just incredible stuff. And he's just got that ability to, when it really matters, like most of the time, he's a very good player. And if you're just exchanging one player at the start of a round, rifle versus rifle, he'll usually come out on top on that. But in the clutch situation, just all headshots all the time, always comes out on top, and that is really, really good stuff from him. But it's gonna be a pistol round with virtus.pro against Alternate.
It is indeed. So, a big welcome if you're just joining us. This is map number 2, as we've just been mentioning. Cash was won by virtus.pro 1917. And here we are on Mirage. By the way, Mirage, certainly in my mind, one of virtus.pro's best maps. Cash is a good map for them as well. And we saw how close Alternate made that one. But Mirage, historically, virtus.pro were the best team on it for a while. They were just so good on it. Recently, it's kind of dipped their performance on it. They're not like the best team on it, but they're certainly very good. So we'll just have to see how much of resistance Alternate can put up here. First kill going the way of Pasha. Can Taz find another? No, he can't. Aprox gets that. Pasha does actually get another though, and Snacks has also chimed in. Meanwhile, the bomb site is in their control. SMN again with the headshot onto Snacks. 3-on-2. They have managed to claim that bomb, but Pasha reclaims it. Comes in from short with a headshot with glorious measure, glorious proportion. And now it's a 3-on-1 situation. It is a man that can, it's SMN, but he's going to be dropping without getting any more frags. So a decent round from virtus.pro, and that's going to secure them the first round. They're going to be buying up. So Alternate certainly would have liked to have got that round, but it just wasn't to be.
Yeah, that is indeed the case, and virtus.pro will be opting for the shotgun, but PP eyes on as well. There's a fairly mixed bag of weaponry here, but standard eco bashing stuff. Good thing that Alternate hasn't chosen to go with any particularly expensive things. They have got themselves some Kevlar, and they've also got themselves the first kill. As will return, Tizian goes down. Still, 4-on-4. They've got a bit of positioning here with Zonix getting himself his first headshot on the Deagle. As well, there's only one person defending B site, and it's Snacks up by apartments.
I don't know if Taz was lagging there, but he was just sat out in the open. It was pretty strange. Snacks gets just the one. So 3-on-2 situation is now where we're at. Godby's going to get this bomb down as well. So it's a retake scenario for the CTs of virtus.pro. They're going to be pushing through here together. Like I say, they're equipped. The terrorists aren't fully equipped. So that could certainly play a factor. Aprox makes use of that M4. So does Bialy with his. But Zonix has found the FAMAS. And he gets the headshot with it. And that's going to be 1-all. Alternate win the second round. So once again, we see teams struggling to convert the second round, the anti-eco. And this isn't the first time in this series. It happened loads on Cash. So Alternate just come right back. And I'll say it again, I don't know what Taz was doing there. He was just completely out in the open on short, motionless. So I don't know if he lagged out. I don't think he did because he's moving. So quite mindless play from Taz. He gave away his frag, and it's going to be 1-all.
Yeah, that is a bad sign there for virtus.pro. Again, it's not the first time we've seen it, but I guess that's the problem with the shotguns. They are extremely good against people with no armor, but there's just this issue where it puts you in the range where a pistol wants to be. So if you miss your first shot, you can get punished for it. Still, it's going to be them once again on the eco now. Scout in the hands of Neo, keeping an eye on middle. Now, keeping an eye on Palace, or not actually keeping an eye in the place he needed to be. The Zonix gets himself a kill. Does jump out, bit Action Man style there, and fails to get anything, but Tizian will return onto Bialy.
Yeah, another easy frag. Neo wasn't even looking at apartments, and it wasn't really covered. So Neo just gave away his life as well as Taz did last round. So I don't know. They seem a little bit shaken, a little bit there's a few misplays. Nice shot from Snacks though. That's gonna get him a gun. Does he want to save this or does he want to go for it? Should I stay or should I go? Classic song. It looks like he's going to be saving it, which is a pretty good decision. And Taz is... Oh, he's only got a scout. I was going to say he's managed to find a gun. It's just a scout, but I suppose saving that makes more sense. So they're going to be quite sensible here and run away and try and keep these guns for themselves. To alternate would probably do best to stick together. If they want to hunt, go to the same place. And it looks like they are going to be doing that towards CT. So it's unlikely that they will actually find these guns from virtus.pro. But another pretty solid round from alternate. It's going to put it 2-1.
It will, and saved AK for Snacks is a nice boon. You can toss that out. And they will have at least some tools to make something happen on this round with the SSG as well. CZs and armor, some grenades, and actually looks like it's going to be overall a pretty solid buy up here. So yeah, done a lot of juggling of who has what weapon where. There, but that might actually catch alternate off guard here.
Yeah, it could well. Actually, the way alternate set up is I like it. They're sitting very passively. They're not giving away them position too easily. Pasha with the scout headshot onto Zonix, the man who has been getting those picks several times already in this game. Pasha just says, not today, not in this round. Finds that headshot. Lovely start. That's going to be a 5-on-4. So they do have one CZ on Taz. And there's Pasha with a grenade as well. Pasha, he's just coming up big. And Godfrey's going to run into Neo, but Neo finds that frag. And he probably should have got it. And there's an easy one from Taz. SMN giving away his kill. And that's going to be 2-all without dropping a single member. So the kind of the force buy was a very good decision in the end for virtus.pro. And normal service from their point of view is resumed with that fine round.
Yeah, indeed. Alternate really, really struggling to return fire there. Neo in particular, I think, took down 2 members in total and did the majority of the work on a third. So, performing very well in that scenario. But SMN is determined to make sure that this is not going without a fight. Kills going down across the board, but the sight is falling into Alternate's hands here. And God B takes down Pasha. With only 2 members left, Taz and Snacks. virtus.pro get anything done here? 1 in a connector. And Taz is going to take him down. So, 2-on-2 now. Makes it a little bit more dicey. They do have the bomb, though. Aprox has actually taken long enough that it's forcing virtus.pro to split up. They do not know what's happening, and God B has caught Taz on the switch up. So now it's a pure guessing game for Snacks. Can he figure out where anyone is? Well, he knows where God B is, most definitely. You know, they've got the time to wait. They should be able to get this plant here. Aprox is in the smoke. Oh, but Snacks has come around the corner. Even if the plant goes down now, it's going to be a tricky battle. He fired some shots. If he only knew where Aprox was. It doesn't even matter in the end, though. He will get that kill. But still, that was pretty close.
Yeah, he got caught in his position, so he just decided to sit in the smoke. The Snacks gets that 1-on-2, so a clutch play going his way, and that's going to be the 3rd round on the board for virtus.pro, and that might just incur an eco. They could probably force it up if they so choose. Choose? Is that a word? If they so choose to.
No, it isn't.
Jono making words.
Is the word you're looking for. Chose
wow.
is the word you're looking for. Yes, indeed.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure you said equipped too earlier, and that's also not a word. I'm holding in my Oxford commas and stuff if I possibly can. Aprox, however, is not holding in his love of headshots as Neo goes down. And with that, Alternate actually looking pretty good here. Bialy gonna get caught out, but Pasha saves his neck with a bullet from afar. SMN will take down him, but it's a trade situation across the board with Alternate starting out with the edge. And in fact, I'm just cleaning it up on those last 2 kills. Very, very clean indeed.
Yeah, God Beans is coming up massive. And let me point out, the way Alternate are playing is just it's pretty frantic. It's pretty crazy, to be honest. They leave the bomb at the top of mid, but meanwhile they kind of just run onto the A site like one by one, and they're playing like a mixed team, but somehow they're gaining ground, getting the entry picks, and it's working for them. It's a really strange sight for me as like a caller, like looking at it in strategic depth. They're playing very, very weirdly, but it's working out for them. And well, virtus.pro with the force buy with 2 CZs in play for them. Bialy's going to do nearly a bit of damage onto God B, but he misses those shots just narrowly. And Tizian spots him out, and it's going to be sprayed on through. And Zonix finds the opening, so that's Neo dropping. Taz is still alive, though. And there's Pasha from behind. He was one of the people without a gun, so now he is going to be equipped.
Yeah, there you go.
It's going to be 3 on 2. A minute on the clock. The bomb is actually not in their control. Snacks misses a few shots, but Zonix doesn't. Finds the head of Snacks, his aggressor. And Pasha now in the 1 on 2. Snacks came up big last time. Let's see if Pasha can do it. He realizes the bomb's there. All he has to do is sit tight and wait for them to come to him. And it's easier said than done. In this kind of scenario, if Alternate played as well and played together, it's almost impossible for Pasha because there will be 2 targets at once. But it's imperative Alternate played as well.
They knew where he was after he fired that first shot, which I'm sure Pasha will regret. He got baited into it, and they exactly knew his location. The only way Pasha basically could prevent, as you say, having to deal with 2 targets at once is to find an angle where they're not expecting him to be there, where they actually show up a little bit unevenly as compared to what they expect. But yeah, in that case, SMN finished him off with a nice headshot. So, once again, we resume normal service. Actually, not exactly normal, as virtus.pro decide to push underpass, and they'll take that trade any day.
They certainly will on the eco. Yeah, every gun is a massive bonus. So, most certainly will go away.
The gun too.
Yeah, they've got it in their play now, in their possession. So that could be a big factor. But Ultimate are going to be going towards this A site, and this is a bad decision. virtus.pro set up very well for this. They've got 3 members here lying in wait. Pasha with his AK is going to take point, spraying through, but God B can spray through smoke better, apparently. And Ultimate, in quick succession, find the 3 frags, get the bomb site. Now it's just Taz with just a pistol. And it's certainly, well, it certainly looks like it's going to be 5-3. Quite funny chat comment, actually. Somebody said, who is Alternate and why are they beating virtus.pro? Kind of sums up, you know, the David and Goliath story of this matchup. Alternate are the massive underdogs, you know? They really, really are. So they're doing it again. They're winning on virtus.pro's, one of their strongest maps. And on the terrorist side, it's a CT-sided map. So once again, Alternate starting off very well. virtus.pro are going to be brought up again, and you've got to think they're going to want this round. They need to start getting some rounds together here, otherwise it's going to get out of control.
Yeah, that is indeed true, and Aprox gets himself that first kill. He is AWPing very solidly as of late. Does fail to get the second shot, though, and that is actually possibly going to cost them the entire round here. Now there is a very difficult numbers advantage to surmount. Now it's pretty much an impossible one, as SMN is the only man standing and gets himself caught. But still, yeah, as you say, I was actually thinking about the way that the first map went, because it was very similar to this. CT-sided map, Alternate on T-side first. They build up around advantage, finish it 8-7. And then in the second half, they actually seem to struggle. And even into overtime, they're still struggling to actually reclaim. So what that would suggest normally is that basically virtus.pro were a little bit cooled down. They needed to warm up before they could start up and really come back. And even when they were warmed up, it wasn't like Alternate was a big pushover, but they were still really, you know, a little bit outclassed, basically. But if we're seeing the same pattern again after what, like a 5-minute break, either virtus.pro needs to work on warming up a lot quicker, or not cooling down ever, or Alternate is doing something different. It may be just because they have a very chaotic play style, they're actually catching Virtus.pro off in these kinds of situations.
Yeah, that could
And
well
then they
be
kind of
it.
adapt to the chaos as time goes by.
Yeah. It's yeah, brilliant point that you raised, and yes, I did allude to the fact that their style is pretty chaotic, and Virtus.pro seem to have struggled tonight, haven't they? Holding the sites on CT, they really have struggled, and they are actually seen as quite a CT favoured team. They do prefer CT side over their T side. You know, they're famous for being aggressive and confident with it, but we just haven't seen that tonight at all. Anyway, Pasha does open up onto SMN, and that's a very key player going down for Alternate. That's going to secure 5 and 4. Certainly a great start for Virtus.pro. They did win the last round, so it's all square at 5-all. And there's Snacks with another frag. Gobby answers back though, and Taz is going to find an easy frag on a prox. And this is what I'm talking about. Pretty lackadaisical, quite disorganised. They're just all around the map, one by one. They're just dying. And they've had great success, so I can't really knock it too much. Well, I didn't realise Pasha was so close range. What a reaction shot from him. He's had a good round this one. But yeah, as I said, a bit of a weird start of terrorist from Alternate. But I mean, they've had great success tonight, so they're just playing out of their skins. One thing I did want to bring up, we'll just see this clutch situation fizzle out. Gobby doesn't pull off a miracle. He's only got 20 seconds. It's not going to happen for him. So yeah, just quickly, a little point. Last round, a nice adaptation from Virtus.pro is they sent 3 members towards mid, and they went rather aggressive. So Pasha and somebody else pushed up on the actual ramp itself, and somebody sat in connector, and that was the first time they'd done that. So they caught Alternate kind of off guard, and it certainly worked for them. So nice adaptation, and they win the last round as well. So it's going to be 6-5.
I doubt Virtus.pro will repeat that play anytime soon, though, and this is a much more defensive style here with Pasha just going for the knives. Obviously, they wouldn't want to repeat it into an eco round anyway. But if you had watched the push they did pull, where they moved up there, and actually this has been a remarkably successful round so far from Alternate here. 2 kills is okay. But regardless, Alternate, if a prox had landed 2 of his shots as they were pushing up on mid there, that push that you were so pleased to see could have gone disastrously wrong, and he was in position to take them, but he did just straight up miss a couple of times. But again, that's what happens when you get caught off kilter.
Yeah, and that's the risk you've got to take with a CT push. It is a risk. It's always a risk, and because essentially all you have to do as a CT, if we look at it in a very, very basic, very stripped down way, all you've got to do is defend the bomb site. So essentially you can just sit back. So with a push on the CT side, you are kind of taking a risk, but it's always a calculated risk. And I do like to see CT teams playing with a varied style, playing dynamically, because it keeps the opponents on their toes. SNM with a frag. Taz does get one back, and actually that's their 3rd in the round. So not really up to speed, but we are now. Taz does find the nice headshot onto a prox there, and now it's just Zonix. He's been fantastic from opponents previously, but they know where he is, so it's going to be seriously difficult for him to really get anything done here. Oh, probably a millisecond longer he would have landed that frag onto Taz, but Taz has come back. He's come back refreshed. He's a reformed player in this map. He's certainly doing a lot better than they did on Cash, and Virtus.pro do take a 3-round lead. By the way, Pasha is on. He was on 18 last time I checked. He's carrying a little bit
at the moment. Is quite a significant KDA. I couldn't tell you exactly what the value would be, but Alternate are not having any of that if they can avoid it. They rush straight onto A site and get themselves some aim duels, but come out second best as Virtus.pro start to work their magic. Now going to be 3 people left alive on Virtus.pro there in a very, very quick round there from Alternate. They will be able to buy one more time this round. And I'd say if they can pick up this one, 9-6, pretty solid score. 10-5, maybe a little bit dodgy on their part. They probably would have wanted a little bit more than that.
Yeah, 9-6 is a fairly typical score line. 8-7, I think statistically is what we see most. So it's a pretty balanced map, but it is slightly CT sided. But you're right, with only 5 rounds going into the second half, they might feel a little bit up against it. It will just put more pressure on the pistol round. Pasha gets completely caught off guard by Gob B. He didn't have any backup, did he? He was just caught out in the open there. Neo comes back with an all kill there, and Taz with the headshot onto a prox is going to bring it right back to a 3-on-4. And heavy arsenal, heavy weaponry picked up by virtus.pro. And a nice shot from SMN. It's just going to be pretty irrelevant, actually, as Neo finds 2 all kills. Nice stuff. Interesting choice of weapon, but somehow he's making it work for him, so I'm not going to question it. And Tizian is now on a 1 versus 3, so if he could go huge and get the 6th round on the board for his team, I'm sure that'd be marvellous, but it's probably quite unlikely.
Oh, never counted out. Something I wanted to mention, actually, about Tizian is that we saw them against Epsilon. He was really performing in clutch situations. At the moment, not so much from what we've seen.
He's going to catch Snacks off guard, though.
He is. Get that first kill, and then he will quickly look to go for it. Balls of steel. He holds on. He's got the bomb. No head armor. And Taz is going to come around the corner to see him planting. He will take him down. But that was almost looking like it could have happened for him. But yeah, so what I wanted to say was that, yeah, Tizian had performed, very, very well against Epsilon. But God B actually hadn't, and now he's the one coming up pretty big, and Tizian is the one who looks a little bit less so by comparison. So
yeah,
interesting little shift in the play overall.
Actually, interesting point. I'm going to pick up on the back of that, and that is we saw yesterday SMN. He was just insane. And Tizian really stepped up as well. You're absolutely right. So essentially, we had 2 players that were really playing just the best games of their lives. So individually, they stepped up so much that the team they did very, very well. They beat Epsilon, a great result for them. But tonight, there were actually a lot more even spread of frags. And so it isn't the case that somebody's just leading the charge and playing so well that they're getting carried through. It's actually giving a bit more merit to them, a bit more merit to the performance in my mind, because with not having one single player stepping up massively, the whole team is doing their job, and that's a sign of a good team rather than just a great player pulling an alright team through. So I mean, that's nice to see. But nevertheless, 10-5 virtus.pro now on the terrorist side, the harder side, yes, but they're doubling the scoreline of their opponents, and they're going to be going for, it seems, a very fast A play. And if they can get this, they're probably going to be 13-5. Remember, they won cash in the end, so if they do that, then Ultimate are going to be out of the tournament.
And look at the push as well here from Alternate. Pasha was waiting for them, but they do catch him, and they're not going to make it easy to get onto the site right now. SMN, nice headshot, gets down a 2nd kill for himself, I believe. And Neo is poking out from where the bomb was planted, but SMN again with the headshots. His pistol is just phenomenal.
It's something to behold, isn't it? It's pretty impressive. I mean, the way he played yesterday was just...
He was a god yesterday.
I don't even know how to describe it, yeah.
It wasn't even yesterday, it was the day before, but yes. He was a god back then.
Godlike. And he's shown signs of that brilliance again today, but it's just flashes, isn't it? He isn't just being amazing all through, but it's certainly a very good player. I haven't really heard of him that much before, so it's nice that I can see new talent, I guess, if he is a new talent, or maybe I'm just out of touch with the German scene. Nevertheless, Scout picked up on Pasha. He fired from mid there towards window. Prox heard it go past him, and he's like, okay, Pasha's got a Scout, I better not challenge. The rest of virtus.pro just CZ, and I say trust. They've invested pretty heavily, actually. They've got full Kevlar helmets across the board, so they'll certainly want at least a bomb plant going into this one.
That they will. Bialy is going to be heading in with the CZ. Gets the first kill for his team, so yeah, not bad. And God B looks like he's going for a non-buy. Still running with the USP, and he gets taken down. So a lot of kills dropping, and it seems like we're back into CZ supremacy, anti-ecos all day, every day. Tizian, the last man standing, and he is going to abandon ship. He is not the captain. He is not obliged to stay. Neo is on the hunt, though. Here's the shark. The icebergy waters. That is the Titanic of Alternate this round. Therefore getting a little bit stretched at this point, but Tizian is certainly going to keep an eye out with his rifle in hand and will not get caught. So, Yeah, again, the anti-eco is a success, and winning the pistol round is just irrelevant, apparently, on Mirage today. It just doesn't matter. It's one round. There you go.
Exactly. Alternate did it to virtus.pro last half, didn't they? So at least for virtus.pro's point of view, the tables are turned, and they pick up the second round this time. A round, lots of rounds and rounds. But 5 plays 4. Zonix nearly getting the 1-dig. We've seen it happen already tonight. I want to see it again on either side. I love 1-digs. Virtus.pro very aggressively going through short and B apps. It's going to be a fairly standard B split. Tizian spraying wildly, does get the headshot onto Bialy, and GotB's on 3 HP, so he's all but dead actually. And Tizian does spot out Taz and gets that frag also. So Taz drops, but he was just a distraction. And Virtus.pro have been fairly clever in what they've done here. They've rotated all the way around to A bomb site, and this will allow them to plant without any defense, without any resistance at all. Now it's just a question of making sure they can hold this site. It's a 4-on-3, and their health isn't too great. Snacks has got an M4, and he actually has full health, so he's going to be a key player. And he gets the headshot to GotB with the tiniest of gaps. Pasha with a superb Molotov is going to slow them right down. And the jump shot with the scout. Lovely play from...
Oh, no.
Oh, I can't scream anymore. My voice is just falling apart, but I want to. Pasha jumping all around the map, all around the place, just getting scout kills galore. And virtus.pro, in the end, having had that bad start in the round, they take it, and it's going to be 12-6.
That was some incredible hold there, honestly, by virtus.pro. I was all ready for alternate to take that round, given the health bars and the numbers advantage, and I was also all ready to say, just stop buying rifles, everybody, but you could see the power of them when they were able to create that range there. virtus.pro in very good shape here. Take this round pretty much as cleanly as you could, outside of a surgeon's office. And it's going to be 13-6 now, so virtus.pro definitely have woken up. They are not giving alternate an easy time.
No, if we could have a look at the scoreboard, that'd be fantastic. And it was, well, it's pleasant viewing for Pasha fans and virtus.pro fans. Pasha's on 27 to 8 or 9 or something, so is absolutely smashing it. The biceps are real on Mirage. 13-6, as you said, and it looks like it's going to be a set play towards this A-bomb site. They're going to be throwing smokes and flashes, which will allow them a clean passage onto the site. At least they hope, anyway. There is actually a man defending very close up, and that is, I believe, SMN. And the smokes and flashes do rain out, so they're going to be where it's going to be a play here. Epoch jumps through into the site. SMN's in a good position, lands one, and a second, spins around. Nicely done from him, and he's going to be able to probably back out and get away with his life. Tizian also finds a frag onto Snacks. Neo does finally answer back for virtus.pro. That's their first frag in the round. This set play certainly did not work out for them. So far, with 55 seconds on the clock, though, they've still got time to work with, but they've got 2 players, and Ultimate have got 4, so it's fairly unlikely at this point.
Yeah, it's very unlikely, especially now they know the positions. Pasha is the last man standing, and he's going to try and return fire. The Prox takes some bullets for the team, but not enough. Will come out pretty well from that one. I mean, one thing I would like to know here is you said SMN could get out with his life here, and you were correct. There was smoke in between him and the only opponent. SMN, however, you can't really fault him for his individual play. Generally, he's very, very skilled, but he does tend to go a bit lunatically aggressive sometimes. He did then go through the smoke on less health.
Oh, well.
Into the death. But yeah, still could have been worse. Yeah,
it's that German mentality we were talking about when we casted alternate last time round. I think I was with Metis. They were brilliant. They really performed, but they lack discipline in situations where they shouldn't push. They often do, but it's just all part of the fun of watching German teams. It's another charm. It's an idiosyncrasy of the German style. They kind of do what they want. And a nice flash push is going to be doing them the world of good. It's actually 5 plays 2. Pasha does answer back onto Zonix though. Solid kill for them. And that's going to allow them, well, not actually passage onto short. It's kind of irrelevant if they're going to go that direction because the kill was on A. Nice frag from Tizian though. And they're doing really good stuff with the flashes, aren't they? A lot of pop flash kills coming out. Snacks is on 3 HP. And another fine round, it looks like, from Ultimate, unless Snacks and Neo can come up with a miracle. And Neo falls now. Just 3 HP on Snacks is certainly not likely.
You know, I actually think that Alternate have taken back a lot of the feedback. They've taken a lot of the aspects that we criticized them for when they won against Epsilon, and I think they have actually improved on them on several
Good point.
points. Like we criticized them for not using set plays on the terrorist side. We find out on Cash that they are because I'm pretty sure we never saw them, because Cash was played against Epsilon, I'm pretty sure as well.
It was, yeah.
Pretty sure they never played with that set play on A. That is clearly something they have developed since then, 2 days ago. So yeah, Alternate maybe on the warpath here.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They look more disciplined, don't they? They made so many silly mistakes the other night. Just a myriad of little silly, aggressive extensions and pushes and bad decisions. But it was kind of amidst a lot of skillful play in it. You know, they won it anyway. But tonight, I think you're absolutely right in saying that we've seen a lot less of those silly plays, and we've seen better discipline, and they just look more like a good team, more like a team less like a mix. So Alternate certainly impressed me tonight. I mean, going 19-17 against virtus.pro on Cash is a wonderful achievement, and they could have even won that map. So they've already done fantastically tonight. And then here we go on Mirage. This is one of virtus.pro's strongest maps, one of the best teams in the world on one of their best maps, and they're putting up a decent fight again. So as I've said before, I'll say it again, they've really impressed me, Alternate.
Yeah, again, no matter how well it goes, how badly it goes from this point onwards, Alternate have already vastly exceeded expectations, and I think proven that a bet on them with the odds that there were, I think you were getting something like 5 times the value you put on them if you put that bet down. I think that would have been a decent bet to take, because virtus.pro, yeah, they did win out on that first map, but it was so close. It could have gone either way. Just a couple of headshots either side could have gone Alternate's way, and then we'd be staring at this situation and thinking, well, maybe virtus.pro can win, but you know, CT side and all that. We'll see, of course. Pro, I believe, are the ones who have paused this game. I see it in chat. Yeah, Neo saying they just need a second. Theory shouldn't take too long and shouldn't be the dreaded double DOS.
Yeah, hopefully not. Last night was tragic. It was only a show match, but we suffered a lot of issues. What was I going to say? Yeah, if you want to get in touch with us on Twitter, let's get interactive. It's at JonoCSGO, which is my new name I'm thinking about keeping, and at Spuddington. So literally, fire a question or something right now. We might read it out. I've got it open, and so we will get that. Or of course, we've got a hashtag as well. That's hashtag CS Arena. All you have to do is include that in your tweet. So you can tweet about the tournament and just include hashtag CS Arena, and we'll see that also. And my admin's telling me we're already back in, so I think the delay on the Go TV is being deceptive, and they're actually live. So the pause should be coming to an end very soon.
Yeah, nothing too surprising. It's a fairly long-term thing, the old pauses, but they happen. People sometimes come over very weak sphinctered. Decide that really the tension is just far too much. Need a brief visit. May well not be the case in this case, but hard to know. Hard to know entirely. Need to get like a bag, or alternately, someone should invent like a flushing swivel chair that you can put next to your desk. Just saying. Pretty useful invention. I'd buy one.
You went there. Come on, let's keep this classy. Even though I can't say words.
Thank you. Keep it classy, Mr. Equipped.
Yeah, I knew you'd say that. I covered my back as soon as I started going on about classics. I knew you'd pick up on that. Okay. With some news in my ear about some other thing, but we'll Emilio.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, I know, right? Okay, well,
I don't know.
Yeah, well, we'll see. But This is our producer just keeping us update on.
So Amelia got banned on something, but it doesn't matter. We are back into the game. 13-8 is the scoreline. This is the second map if you're just joining us. Virtus.pro won the first 19-17. It was that close. And here we are again with a match on our hands. Virtus.pro do not have guns going into this one. They're on the eco. It's alternate would be favourites in this round and be expected to pick it up. And so far, so good.
Yeah, indeed. It should be a fairly simple matter of making sure they don't drop silly kills. And here comes the push in. Tizian is waiting. Nax is firing back with his AK, and Tizian is probably going to be making himself pretty hard to hit from now on. God be elsewhere did take down a couple, and that is going to be clean 5 kills and a round to alternate. That gif in chat is going in the collection.
You've actually got a collection of gifts, haven't you?
Oh yes, many
so cool.
many gifts I have.
Yeah. Okay. So both teams buying up. No orbs in play. Interestingly enough, perhaps money did not allow it. Pasha, certainly the man that would be orbing for the Virtus.pro, but like I say, maybe they don't want to or can afford it. Taz does fall. I was going to say he might have got that frag and that would have opened things up for them beautifully on this A-bomb site, but it wasn't to be. And there's got B with a very aggressive push. Catches Snacks completely off guard. Neo finally answers back for the poles. That's going to bring it to a 4-on-3. But SMN, yet again, we've seen this time and time again with a flash push. And God B fails that flank miserably. Pasha finishes him. And, well, he's already got one with the flank, but he missed the shot. And Pasha took him out. So that's a bad turn of events for them. For alternate, especially God B. SMN, you are crazy, Taz says. It's true, he's so aggressive on the A-bomb site, but he makes it work for him. It's something to behold. SMN is in a position again, the man we're talking about with a slither, a pixel available, finds the headshot, and it's going to be 13-10. Nice round from alternate. And then money, Spud, is it's pretty good.
Great. Yeah, and that could be a 13-11 scoreline, which is looking a lot more doable than what it was before at 13-7. So, alternate. Game on. We are seeing the CZs and the P250s. Smokes on every single member of Virtus.pro, setting up for the set play here. Now, SMN is positioned quite aggressively. They will see the smoke coming through, and he's actually left a gap there. Will he get caught out? He may not be expecting them from Palace if he stays there. Not exposed immediately. Got a decent bit of cover. The smokes are coming down. SMN must surely be aware right now. The push will be coming in very, very soon here. Virtus.pro committing very hard here. SMN has taken down his first. They will know where he is. They're just looking to get this bomb plant here, but they are not going to have it made easy for them as SMN takes down one, I believe there. Backing out, leaving Taz and Neo. Catch that one kill. And potentially look to get this bomb plant now, but 3-on-2, no armor, and 1 rifle, bit dicey.
Oh, hello though. Taz does find the frag onto Tizian. Nice headshot. The important thing is for alternate here though that they have control of the bomb, they can see it, and so Virtus.pro really they have to go and get it. That's going to make things very difficult for them indeed. Taz left alive with 2 players looking for him, of course. 15 seconds, something I didn't notice. Time is completely against Taz here. Alternate should consider stop showing. You just need to hide. They can't lose this, surely. God B, he's going to find that frag. But with 3 players going down, and with that being an eco, that was a good round considering, you know, the scenario for Virtus.pro. And now they're going to be brought up again, and well, so alternate, so nothing too troubling, economically speaking, for them. But it's 13-11. Things are getting hot in here. It's getting close.
No AWP on alternate either. So, Pasha moving up through Palace here. Yeah. Going to be trying to catch any aggressive pushes. He knows there's always that possibility. And speak of the devil, SMN is actually up there. Pop flash goes in, gets Pasha for his troubles.
He's so aggressive.
So he's just a goddamn loon, but it catches people out, and with the support of his team. That's the thing. He doesn't he usually, okay, sometimes he does, but usually he does it at a time where it can actually work. while Naz has actually gotten a little bit of exposure there on out of Palace, but is going to retreat back into the dark caves.
Yeah, Pasha's on 30, by the way, 30 to 14, so that's an amazing scoreline. He's really performed on Mirage. SMN is behind this smoke, yet again up close. Of course he is. Of course he's going for that aggressive CT frag. We wouldn't expect anything else from him. And through the smoke, he just takes down Bialy. Crazy kill. I don't know what to say about that one. Reaction unknown. 3 plays 5, and there's 2 quick fire frags from virtus.pro actually, so things were not going well for them, but all of a sudden things were, but then all of a sudden things weren't again. Zonix comes in with 2 frags, and now it's just Snacks, 19 HP and 15 seconds going against him, and Gobby's going to throw, oh, I thought that was going to be a grenade, that would have been a nade of doom, but it wasn't to be. Snacks is going to try and hide, save the AK, smart decision, but it's going to be 12-13 or to alternate come back fighting in this one. What was the it was 10-5, wasn't it, to virtus.pro half time. So on the terrorist side, virtus.pro have only had 3, and on the other side alternate have had 7, so that's this half scoreline. And they have bought up, so it's not an eco trust yet, but alternate have a chance to square things out 13 all and force the ecos. This could be a big round for them.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting now. virtus.pro. You just can't call it either way at this point, but that again is just such a good result for alternate already. Okay, well, taking it round by round, virtus.pro, they have positions for Connector and from Palace. Maybe heading towards A anytime soon, but going to be that easy for them. So have to worry about SMN resuming his position to hold people off, but virtus.pro looking to get onto the site now. They have actually lost Taz already, and that will force their hand. They must go in on this push. Hero's waiting in the corner, trying to catch one, but Aprox is actually going to be the one who finds them. Easy 2 kills, and Pasha's the last man standing for the team. Gets one. Doesn't quite catch God B, but still, another round for alternate. 13-13, and the eco is on.
It is, so like I say, big rounds. They've leveled the scoreline and forced the hand of virtus.pro. They're going to be actually investing quite heavily in terms of eco rounds. They're going to be going for 3 CZs and a Deagle and a P250 and a Scout. So yeah, they're investing into this one. They don't want to give it away too easily. They want at least a bomb plant or a couple of frags, having spent the money. And they're going to be pushing this mid area. They just want control to start with. And, well, actually, I think they'll be pushing short. All the signs are pointing towards that. They smoked off Connector rather well. And, actually, they're going to be sending the bomb back towards this A area. SMN is the guy defending, of course. Aggressive, of course. But no early exchanges. virtus.pro with a bit of a fake there, but at this point it wasn't a fake. They're just taking their time going to the A-bomb site. SMN drops, and actually Neo's got a frag on Aprox as well. Zonix gets one back, and he makes that a 2 frag for him, so he brings it to a 3-on-3, but already, oh, Zonix again. 3rd for him. I was going to say already a great round for virtus.pro, but Zonix is still alive and kicking, and he's doing fantastic work on this bomb site.
That is true. Now, with the defense of this site, it's going to be a very tough call for virtus.pro to make any ground. Gobby and Tizian waiting, but they don't have the time to go for a rotate. They'd have to go all the way through T-spawn. Alternate knows that. Alternate knows they can commit 2 people here. The T advantage is gone. They may even, I don't know, want to consider going for a save maybe, but instead goes for the headshot, doesn't find it. Looks instead for the bomb plant. Taz gets it for this. Oh, wow. He actually got the kill there. So, okay. Now he just needs to get that incredible headshot again. He's likely to get blindsided at this rate, but Tizian is waiting for him. Just needed 1 bullet anywhere on the body, but even so, could have been close.
Yeah, I mean, and that was an eco as well, wasn't it? It was a mixed bore, a mixed buy, mixed bort. What am I saying?
Mixed bore.
A mixed bore.
My boy's a mixed bore.
But I did say they invested quite heavily, so they wanted at least a plan, and they got
out
that.
of the house.
And
yeah,
they got 1-1. So what am I saying? They got it to a 1-on-1, and And they didn't win it, so Alternate are on 14-13. Again, it's one of the best teams on Mirage in the world. This is just such a performance from them. It's really, really impressed me tonight. And then SMN again, through the smoke, takes down Pasha. This is just becoming a recurring theme. SMN just aggressively in their faces, not giving them anything. He always manages to find that frag. And remember, if they get this, if they're on 15, being just one away from victory and at least securing overtime. We've already seen that tonight.
Incredible. And now it's a 4-on-5. Again, we haven't, in fairness, like, Alternate's defense on B has been extremely good. And by the way, Neo is in a one with a prox right now. Covered from short himself. So he doesn't need to worry about being flashed too much. Taz does get a prox. We haven't seen too much pressure on B site. It's just all A, all day. Hooray. virtus.pro.
Amazing run.
Yeah, I know. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. And he's going to be a round that goes Alternate's way at this rate. And that means it'll be 15. It's got to be Taz if it's going to be anyone. And it isn't. Snacks is now the only man standing for his team. Tizian is waiting around the corner. He will take him down. But with three people left standing, 15 rounds. virtus.pro, they've been in a situation very similar to this on Cash. They had to win an eco. They had to get a bunch of rounds against buys in a row. But right now, this is such an Alternate favored situation. And remember, it was 13-7 before. It's a huge gap to have closed.
Yeah, it is. I'm counting one right now. Hold on. 9 rounds in a row for the Germans. So they've just come back and smashed it here. Aprox does find that opening frag as well. So this could be it. They just need this round. And we're going to be going on to, I think it's Inferno. The Alliance is back though. That's going to bring it back to a 4-on-4. He's not done yet. Neither are his team. They can smell the overtime. Surely they want this. And three quick fire frags through the lag. And there's Snacks as well with it. So with 3 remaining members, they claim that round, and it's 14-15. We've been here before, and last time we got what we wanted from a neutral perspective. We got the overtime. Now let's see if virtus.pro can treat us again to that marvelous situation that is overtime. I'll tell you what, if that happens, I'm going to have some water and not speak for like 30 seconds because there's going to be a lot of screaming and shouting.
Do not know what is going on here, but it looks like they're returning to Old Faithful. Looks like virtus.pro are trying to go for the A set play once again, but there's 3 on site. SMN very near connector. A prox covering the other connector. So, SMN, are you going to close this out for your team here? There is so much potential. He is receiving more flashbangs than a trench warfare situation, and he's going to be just going straight for them. Walks into 3 people, still takes down 2. And now it's looking like this isn't going to be overtime. This isn't going to be their round unless Pasha can pull something, unless Taz can pull something from a hat that I just don't think they have right now. It's going to be incredibly difficult at this point, and that will be Alternate going 16-14, taking Mirage. And that means we're going to a 3rd map.
Wow, this is just unbelievable. This whole series has just got me. It just reminds me why I love this game so much. It's just utterly fantastic. So what's going to happen, guys? We're not going to analyze the map now. We're going to take a 2-minute commercial break and come back and analyze it then. So if you could help us out, this would directly help promote the stream and make the stream improve, because it's what we want to do, and it's the reason we want to cut the commercials down. We just want to overall make the stream better. So if you could just disable ad block, that would be absolutely fantastic. We're going to be back in 2 minutes. Make sure you do not go anywhere. This 3rd map is going to be a corker.